So here I am in Sremska Mitrovica, one of the towns in Serbia. I'm here because a lot of my family after the war in Croatia moved over here as refugees, so I do have a lot of family over here and very many good memories of being here. This is the main town right now. We've got church and everything down there. We're just going to go meet my family now, going for a few drinks. As a kid, I always used to come here like every year pretty much, switching between Croatia and Serbia, and going to visit my family and stuff was sort of the best times of my life really. I just remember all being outside, playing together, and it wasn't like the cousins that you have in kind of the UK, where you hardly see ever. It was more like brothers and sisters, and that's what they call them here. They don't call them cousins, you call each other brother and sister. And that's how it really was, and to see them was like the best thing ever, and to leave was like the worst thing ever at the time. The town was great as well, so many nice bars to go to. Like, we used to spend a lot of time in sort of the bowling alley and playing pool and buying BB guns and things called petarda, which are just like little mini explosive dynamites from the local Chinese shops. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. But here you go, here in Sremska Mitrovica, there is some Roman ruins here. It looks like they've developed this kind of amphitheatre looking construction around it, as I remember it just being sort of just plain ruins here. Do you know what these buildings were?
No, I don't know.
No idea.
No one knows. They say that there is a golden gate underneath the city. So this is basically...
A golden gate?
Yeah, that was the entrance to the Roman emperorship once.
I think we should go and get our spades, don't you?
Spades,
and find the golden gate of Sremska Mitrovica.
Yeah, from the emperor when it was the capital of the Roman Empire. So this is basically a city underneath the city.
Oh,
there's the city
like
underneath.
Atlantis or something.
Yeah. So we're in there for today.
In the yellow Yugoslavian cafe. Where's Tom?
Do you like the place?
What do you think?
Amazing. Nice place. Look at this cute chairs.
And tables.
And tables,
Yeah.
Coolio.
Oh, we got Costa cups. So the following plans from here is that we're going to go and stay here for a few more days, and then we're going to head off to Belgrade. Belgrade being the main city in Serbia. And going to enjoy some time there, go over and see the sights, and then spend some great time with some great friends that I haven't seen in a long time. No doubt there'll be a lot of alcohol involved, and I'll show you sort of what the kind of the nightlife is over there. Bit of a news update on my drone as well. Unfortunately, when I rescued it from the bushes, the motor on one of the wings, it has gone, unfortunately. So I'm droneless, so I can't take some really cool drone shots of Serbia, which is really kind of upsetting, and I'm not really sure where you go to replace one of these motors, so I might just have to purchase a new drone. So a bit unlike Croatia here in Serbia, got a few differences. For a start, they kind of use this Cyrillic alphabet mainly, along with a Latinica, which is like the Latin alphabet, which they use in Croatia as well. But here is kind of an example for you. So Anna, what's your best thing and your worst thing about Serbia?
Best thing is our people. Definitely people, because they're so warm and nice, and you know, it's a bit, you know, when you don't have money here, it's a bit struggle to live here. But they just kind of, with their, you know, behavior and warmness and good hearts, they just, you know, like, you all forget about all that things.
Problems,
Yeah, and the worst thing is, well, it's probably the situation now, in financial way, in political way. Elderly people are not affected that much because they've seen worse, obviously, here.
But still, they're struggling with their pensions and everything like that.
Actually, people who struggle the most, they don't talk about it. So you know, it's just like that. And people who talk like, you know, bad stuff all the time and negative stuff all the time, they don't have problems.
Are they calling us? We're getting called, I think, to move to the next location. But on that first note that Anna made of like the best thing being the people, I would totally agree. Like when I come here, I just have that warm feeling that I never got in England of like how kind the people are. Especially when you come from England, a lot of people here think you've got a lot of money, but when you go to a cafe bar or something with friends here, they don't expect you to pay for anything. They want to treat you because you're the guest.
Yeah.
I lived in Belgrade actually for 8 months of my life and I never felt used once. The people just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And the only problem was that when I stayed there is like I just drunk way too much and I think my liver paid for that. But
Yeah.
I had the best time of my
Actually,
life. Really.
when people, you know, when they reunite here, when they're, you know, having a good time, we usually drink a lot. And also recommendation for our national drink, rakia. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Good
rakia, that's the
stuff,
one.
yeah.
So in the whole of Balkans, you can pick up this stuff called rakia, but mainly in Serbia,
have it
the
homemade.
best is plum. Well, the most common is plum. Then you've got
Best is
apricot.
Apricot is the best.
and then
pear
apricot
is the best.
and dunya, which is quince.
Yeah.
Those are the main three types. Whereas in Croatia, it's more about rakia from grapes, mainly.
Yeah. Well, my dad makes
Loza.
really good loza. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from grapes.
But they don't tend to have šljiva and stuff in Croatia.
In Croatia, they mainly like make wine from grapes, and
yeah.
we don't make wine as much as in Croatia because we're not like all vineyards.
culture.
I have vineyards at my house, but like we eat it or we make rakia from it. So
Ah, okay. So I think because of like Croatia being more of an Italian influence, they usually use it to use a lot of wine, like Anna was just saying. And then here, you know, rakia is more drunk than wine.
yeah,
So people are usually
it's
drinking
like
rakia.
shots. So you just have, I don't know, depends how much you can drink it. It's like, for me, it's like 3 or 4, and I'm out.
So this is my next cousin, Andrea.
Next cousin.
No.
I'm his first cousin.
First cousin, Andrea.
His sister.
And the question is, what's the best thing and worst thing about Serbia?
Best thing and worst thing about Serbia. The worst thing about Serbia is politicians. I know it's obvious, but it's really crap. And the best thing.
But why is it crap?
Why is it crap? Because they're all corrupt and they're just looking for their own interest and don't care about the people. So yeah. And the best thing about Serbia, well, there are a lot of things. I can't put just one thing. I don't know what for them. Probably, you know, hospitality, you know, but like in general everything, like people and like food and history.
Mainly comes
and
from the
some-
people, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And they do have some really good food here.
They do, and there are different things in different parts of Serbia. So yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of stuff to see. I'm ashamed to say that I didn't go that much around Serbia as much as I wish I had. Yeah, there are rivers, mountains,
Everything.
forests, yeah, lakes.
You know.
Beautiful.
It's the same thing. Like I lived in the UK, and you don't really like. I didn't travel to London until I was sort of 20s, in my 20s, late 20s or something like that. And when you're at home and it's on your doorstep, you don't really go and check it out.
Yep.
But then, like when you go and visit it from another country, And that's when you go and sort of do more visiting than you've ever done in your own country.
Yeah.
You know.
And you sort of, know what to recommend to people, and you even recommend things that, you've heard of but you've never been.
Never been to.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many beautiful things. I mean, East Serbia and West as well, mountains. You don't know if it's better to go in winter or in springtime, so many nice things. So yeah, come more often and we'll go visit together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll just need to do a road trip next time. I really want to do like former Yugoslavia, so I want to do like Bosnia, a bit Serbia, a bit Montenegro. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome to do that. If we can get like a big van or something to go down, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, to travel around. Well, I've checked Montenegro and Bosnia this year. I'm going to Macedonia hopefully at the end of the month. So it's like 3 already this year. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
When Corona stops you from traveling to places.
Yeah.
Right, thank you for the questionnaire.
Oh, you're welcome.
Goran, šta je tvoje najomiljenije i
Najbolje.
najbolje
Da.
i najgore stvar u Srbiji? Ajde, najgore prvi.
Najgore što je recimo puno smeća, prljava, ljudi ne vode računa o okolini.
Aha.
To me najviše nervira. Kad vidim da neko, recimo ja bacam smeće u kantu, a neko pored mene ne.
Baci na pod.
Da, baci na pod. Mislim, a mi kao idemo ka Evropi, nekoj.
Da,
Neka
da.
Evropa. Civilizacija, u stvari ne.
To mi jako nervira
Da, to
isto.
je isto, da. Ili kako se ljudi ponašaju, nekako bahato, recimo u Beogradu u autobusu, u gradskom, kako se ne poštuje, mladi ne poštuju nešto, ne poštuju starije, recimo, da se
Aha.
da sedne, da...
Šta, respekt neki?
Respekt,
Aha.
da, respekt.
Super. I najbolje?
Najbolje. Pa kao priroda, lepota, mislim, priroda u Srbiji, priroda u Srbiji je jako lepa.
Aha.
Ne znam,
Kao gde?
kao, recimo, odeš na Kopaonik, Zlatibor, ne znam,
Aha.
obilazak, ne
Planine.
znam. Planine, da.
Aha.
I
Super.
to je jako meni.
I to je to. Hvala Gorane. So for my best and worst thing about Serbia, I would say the best thing would be, obviously the people is a really good one, but I'll have to choose something different. I think, the music, the culture is the best thing. There's things called slavas. You've got kafanas here, which are basically like restaurants but with live music, and they're really, really good. And everyone, like with these slavas, family and friends kind of celebration, celebrate the saint that their family celebrates, and you go around, have some really good food, have some really good chats. Love the culture here. That's one of my favourite things, and obviously the people, one of my favourite things as well. Worst thing, I think because there is quite a bit of poverty in this country, there's a lot of things that look really run down, things that haven't been repaired for a long time, people can't afford to do up, etc. So in some places it kind of looks pretty bad. And as Goran was saying, it's kind of dirtyish in places. Not many too worse things. Maybe a lot of beggars as well, which is one of the downsides around, but you can quickly kind of shove them off. They're not too pushy. And yeah, that's it. I mean, another positive here is like it's very, very cheap. For instance, here in this Sremska Mitrovica town, I can get like taxis for €1.50, which will take me from like one place to another. And when I was a child, we didn't really walk anywhere. We just took the taxi everywhere because it was so cheap. And if it costs less than £2 for a ride that would make you walk sort of 30-40 minutes, then why not, kind of thing. Maybe you should have had some exercise. Also, you can get the food, it's really cheap. For instance, in one of my other vlogs, we had a meal between, I think it was 10 of us. So 10 of us had food, we all had drinks, and it came to a total of €85. for 10 of us to eat. Now how about that? That's probably, you know, a 3-course meal for 2 in England. One of the negatives that I've noticed now when I've driven here, the roads are really bad in places, like potholes in a lot of places. Yeah, not really that good. I'm not really used to the traffic system as well. I struggle in Croatia a bit as well with crossroads and stuff and right of way. It's not really obvious as it is in England, but there you go. Different places have their different rules. There is a lot of crossroads here, which makes it quite difficult. They don't really use ring roads as much, so you're kind of hoping sometimes when you do have right of way that there isn't another car coming the other way to sort of hit you on the side. But yeah, if you're looking at traveling somewhere in Serbia, I definitely recommend going to Belgrade. There's also some natural nature parks and stuff like that I haven't been to yet, as usually when I'm here I'm always sort of traveling and visiting my family, and beforehand I always used to fly here and then I used to get a bus from each location, so that would always be quite draining because I was always on the move and never really had time to do much else because the main thing was to spend time with the family. That's that for the Q&A today. Make sure you like, subscribe and share. I'll be doing more of these Q&As in different countries as well, and if you have an interesting thing that you want to hear, let me know in the comments and I'll reply to you. Right, that's it for today. Take care.